And good evening. Welcome to another episode of Shadowrun Missions. I'm your GM, Bob Loper, and who is giving our recap of what happened to our intrepid Shadowrunners last time? So nobody wants to do it. I could do the joke of 6 Shadowrunners walk into a bar because that's basically what happened. So 6 Shadowrunners walk into a bar, and there were some.
The bar does not ever recover.
The bar does not ever recover. That's right. So there was an sensing misunderstanding when a troll lady, not Gertrude, but another troll lady, overheard Allerton talking about the impure auras of those around him. And she took issue with that. And then their contacts walked in. Nick Ryder. I'll put them up. So there's Nick Ryder. And there's Dr. Martin Tate. So a detective and a doctor then walk into a bar, and then chaos erupts. There were a number of explosives used, and people in various stages of being knocked out or killed, and there was some looting that took place. As I believe Billy Berserker, played by Kender Mage, has escorted the 2 contacts out the door toward Darcy. So that's where we pick up. That's where we pick up.
So we can either take this meeting to another bar, or we can be only a little weird in the back of the van to have a business meeting.
Well, I mean, it's already pretty weird, so let's do business.
Right?
Yeah, the van has snacks, and I'm not really thirsty anymore.
And I'm a cop, and it's an ambulance. It wouldn't be the first time I've done business in the back of an ambulance.
I walk out of the bar with a bottle of something, and I hand it over to Nick. Say, sorry about ruining your...
Oh, okay, that's good. And he takes a swig right out of the bottle.
Aren't you on duty?
I'm always on duty.
Fair. He says, and he starts, and
He sort of goes to put his hand on your shoulder and says, "Welcome to Chicago." As he goes to set foot into the ambulance.
I have much to learn, it seems. He comes back into the van with
it. So looks like you guys got this okay. I'm going to go ahead and sit up here shotgun so that I can not be in the way.
Okay. So as you go up and take shotgun position, you do see a van drive off from the back of the bar.
That's not going to be a problem.
Who's left to drive away in a van? Guys, I think that might be, I don't know. I'm just saying, this tends
It's
to
fine.
be...
It's all fine.
This tends to be a chase scene in any book I've ever read. I'm just saying.
So as a reminder, since I didn't say it specifically in the recap, not everybody was killed or subdued. There were some people who ducked out the back.
okay.
Well, was one of them that troll lady?
Yes.
Sorry, is she a troll? Hold on. She's a...
Yeah, the lady was a troll, yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, we can make this a mobile meeting if you're concerned.
Yeah.
Do we even need to chase these people? We don't even know our job. And he looks to Tate and Nick, and he's like, "What the fuck are we doing? I came for coffee. There's explosions and gunshots."
maybe it's better we don't hang around because there were explosions and gunshots. You probably don't want to explain your presence at what soon will become a crime scene.
I crawl into the back of the van, and if everyone's already in, I should close the door.
With
Okay,
much
why-
fuller pockets than you had when you went.
So we'll assume everybody climbs in.
I was gonna say White Claw is now coming out of the bar, dragging two like full suits of that big game hunter armor, and he's also got the two what is it, XM30s strapped on his back, and he's just like dragging them out. Help would have been nice.
If you can't run with it, you gotta leave it. Come on.
I am not leaving this. This is expensive.
I close the door on him again.
I am at the van and just, it's fine. I can blow door open. It's not problem.
Please don't. I'm on the other side of this door, and it's not your door, to be frank. But that's not fair.
Open up the door. Slight glare, but then like throw everything in. If we need these later, you'll all be thanking me.
We will. Just go ahead and have a seat.
Yeah. So you recognize the two suits of big game hunter armor, essentially armored urban camo. They've seen better days because they're in various stages of being bloodied and cut and exploded.
Can I make one full workable suit out of what is not damaged or destroyed?
If you have the armorer skill, you may attempt to roll it.
Hey! That's a skill I actually have.
Once you have some time, though.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to try and put it together while they're driving. Like, they're just going to tell me what the job is. I'll agree to whatever. I don't care.
You know what? Go ahead and make your.
Is there a chance to blow stuff up? I'm in.
So I'll let you roll armorer. Ooh.
That's funny. So how's a 1 do me? That's apparently yellow, which means something, I'm sure.
I think it means you were really close to.
You're really close to having a glitch.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would have been really fun.
Yeah, two of your 5 dice were ones.
Nice. And 1 was at 2. I was real close.
Yeah.
That would have been real fun.
So you think you're going to need a lot more time?
Okay.
You could probably cobble something together now, but it's going to be cumbersome and not as good as a good suit.
Okay. How well would it fit on the priest?
Cobbling 2 together, maybe it'll work okay.
I bet. So I'm gonna start like adjusting the sizing of it and all that, and I'm just working on that while you guys are talking.
Okay. So I assume you guys are driving off at this point. I should ask Gertrude that.
Yeah, Gertrude does a head count, kindergarten teacher style, to make sure everybody is here and accounted for. And then we will leave the scene of the crime.
Okay.
I hope this is a normal field trip.
Oh yeah, what color?
Come to school today.
So I'll ask you to go ahead and make a driving test.
Miss Frizzle ass over here driving us in a ambulance.
I love it. It's not embarrassing.
Look, I'm just gonna lean into the team mom thing real hard. Oh, I was looking for driving, and it is, in fact,
pilot
groundcraft.
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, C+ wounds, because a number of you have wounds as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of it's stun, though, right?
I am stunned that I'm not more stunned.
All right, so as you pretty expertly pilot Leroy out of the area, you're not surprised that you don't see any flashing lights or sirens. it's not a great neighborhood, and so police response is going to be fairly long.
And I'd like to take a non-direct route to leave.
Okay.
Sort of, winding through streets and stuff like that.
And that gives you some time to talk while you go nowhere in particular. So Nick says, I guess we can talk business now. Dr. Tate and I have similar concerns, and so that's why we're both here. We're both looking for missing people. So there's been a rash of missing persons in a small neighborhood in the CZ, and I'm prepared to offer you 6,000 nuyen each for a little old-fashioned detective work. And then Dr. Tate pipes in and says, so I'm also looking for someone to investigate a missing patient from one of my clinics. And if you're able to recover that person, I can sweeten the pot by, for those of you who are into such things, installing a bit of Delta grade ware at standard grade prices. Oh, I see I have some attention.
You had me at
looking
mystery novel.
Looking up from the armor, it literally just goes, I'm in. Goes right back to it.
Is there a butler?
No, I don't think it's not that kind of neighborhood.
Okay, so the butler didn't do it. All right, just cross off my list.
Nick chuckles as he's got the bottle that KO gave him, and by now he's trying to pour some of the bottle into a hip flask, and he's oddly well practiced at it.
So
he doesn't spill any despite the bumpiness of the roads.
So after a couple seconds, Aladdin holds his hand out for the bottle, and just like kind of expectantly doing the dad tax again.
He works for a moment. Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then passes it to Claw.
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Is it clear or brown liquid?
So that KO can decide that. For now, I think she left it. It's definitely brown. Okay.
Definitely brown.
Gonna look at it. Well, it's not vodka, but we work. Pass it back. Thanks, priest.
Some.
Does everybody in Chicago shoot at mere words? As he stoppers back up the bottle.
Yeah, come on, Father. You do that with wine on Sunday, right?
No, there's usually bread involved.
Yes. See, he understands. Well done,
it soaks up alcohol, completely worthless.
I'm sorry.
I think I see a bag of snacks under that seat. Maybe you should have some of that. Yeah. So we have a job on the table, or two jobs on the table. He looks at Dr. Tate.
Two separate jobs?
They're separate but related. It's all missing person stuff.
Got it.
Are they in the same neighborhood or are they separate neighborhoods?
They're fairly close to each other. The places we want you to look.
What can you tell us about the?
So about the people. Since we're interested at least in principle, let's do the following. We will slide you guys over to there.
Ooh.
And so here's the neighborhood you're looking at. Gertrude, you are familiar.
Sorry.
So here's Darcy. And Gertrude, you are familiar with this neighborhood because down in this area is the Desolation Angels hangout.
Okay.
So Etienne's garage is here. Here's the Angel Shelter at B, and men's boarding is at C. Yeah, so what we have in mind is so there's a family. This disappearance came from a multifamily unit at West Diversey in North Milwaukee. And so as he shoots you this map, he points out this place here. That's an unfortunate color for my marker, I guess. Got green on green action going on.
As long as we can still see it, it's good.
Screen.
So the two families that reside there have not been seen for over 24 hours. One family is the Barrettsons, and the other is the Stanishes. They were scheduled to attend a community block watch Sunday morning, and they didn't show up.
And they usually show up to these things?
Yeah, they're usually pretty good about that.
What are their names again?
Let's see, the Barrettsons are the family name, and the Stanishes are the other family name.
Are they the only families in the unit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there any damage in the unit?
That's what I'll ask you to take a look at. From what I heard, there was no sign of any sort of forced entry. They just didn't show up.
And
Okay.
you
Cool.
obviously want us to be discreet about this, or do we have?
Well, you don't have badges, so you'll have to be at least a little discreet.
But we can talk to other people. Like, are we allowed to interview people or ask questions? Or is
Oh yeah,
this
you
like,
you could talk to whoever you want to talk to.
oh, I want to talk to everyone.
Oh,
I have some friends in the area, so we can definitely introduce you to some folks if you'd like.
Cool.
Oh, that's good. And then Dr. Tate nods and passes an electronic badge to we'll say Allerton.
and what is this?
So this is the access badge for my clinic, and my
Okay.
clinic is down here at Fullerton and Kimball.
Okay, access badge, Fullerton, Kimball.
So
Okay.
So it's in the lower left on this map.
And so he makes note of that, and he's like, "Is there a time?" He looks at the time on his comm link, and he's like, "Is there a time crunch on this? Because I have actually no. Finding people is more important."
Yeah, just like any missing persons case, the longer they go missing, the less likely they are to be recovered alive. At that point, he pulls the flask out and starts drinking from that.
And he finds the bottle, and he takes a swig.
What can you tell us about your patient that's gone?
Yes, the patient is named Tom Kozek. He was also a member of my staff who came on recently and hadn't settled in yet. So he should have been So he should have been in the facility. He was an inpatient.
What was he in for?
He was in having an upgrade.
Did the upgrade get done?
Yes.
May I ask what it was?
I prefer not to be specific, other than to say it was a piece of Horizon tech.
Was it a camera?
My
Well,
only concern is
A
that
camera that large would not be implanted normally.
my only concern is whether or not tech was system or if it had not completed.
I'm sorry, I missed half of that.
My concern is whether or not technology fully integrated with his person, or if there is still possibility for that tech to go haywire.
So there were no complications, and it was not the sort of tech that normally makes people go crazy.
Okay.
And we have access to some good tech. Well, if you shove enough technology into someone, they go crazy.
Too much impurities.
The last time
You
said
and that word again.
we got in a fight.
He sort of cocks his head to look at you. I guess some would say.
I feel like this is a philosophical discussion for another time. Maybe a trip to the airport.
Quite right. Oh, well, I'm not going to the airport.
Oh, we must.
Well, we have really concluded our negotiations, I believe.
What is the amount of ware that you are proposing?
Oh, so the payment is each of you can have you have to pay standard ware prices, but it'll be upgraded to Delta ware for free.
Okay. Is there any upper limit on that?
Well, it's a single piece of tech, and you have to be able to afford the standard grade.
May I gift my payment to someone else?
He cocks his head at you again and says, "Okay, impure. Yes, you may transfer this offer to someone."
Okay.
Hey, Allerden, can I see that badge?
He doesn't give a fuck about it. He just kind of flips it to her.
I take it, I catch it, and I pocket it.
Okay.
She has badge. She has the badge.
Well, great. What is considered satisfactory for you guys?
Well, I mean, we'd like these people found. If
Found?
if they're dead, I suppose there's nothing you can do about that. But if they're dead, we'd like the bodies back.
Okay.
And how many people are missing in these families?
So each was a family of 4. So the house had 8 total people missing. So 4 adults and 4 children ages 10 and up. And then Mr. Kozak.
Do you have photographs of these?
Yeah. So Ryder passes UKO, since you asked the question. He passes you a data chip. So this will have pictures of the Barrettsons and the Stanishes.
Okay. Sounds good. And their last known whereabouts were at their home.
That's right.
Very good. Anyone else have any questions?
Do you happen to have all of this written down?
Well, I haven't have it written down, or you haven't have it written down.
Does Nick have it? Like, does he have some sort of
Dossier.
portfolio or dossier?
It's on the chip.
Cool.
The chip that we have to get from KO to see.
That's right.
Hey, KO, you want to share that information with us?
Is
We
that a
we
problem?
we can share the information like after having. We just talked about it, guys.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. I'm taking.
I
notes,
will
but
share
know
the
I've missed
information
something.
with you. Yes.
So if you can drop us up at the next corner, we'll meet our car there.
Yeah, I can do that.
While that's happening, I try to figure out how to share this information because I don't have much in Matrix.
That's right.
I fiddle with
Is
it.
there a help
What-
action?
Why don't
in
you make a
Shadowrun?
computer roll?
I mean, no.
Deletes the chip.
No,
I am
don't say
No, I
just
did
that.
it
saying,
again. No, wait.
if
Ignore me.
another game is derailed by gremlins, I swear to God.
I don't think I have computers.
So that'll be logic -1. So you'll do a default to logic.
Okay. Logic minus. I'm just gonna do this. One.
Okay. Well, you didn't glitch. Barely. And you got a success.
All right.
So you
a
managed
hit.
you managed not to drop or otherwise break the chip. As Nick Ryder and Dr. Tate dismount the vehicle. And you pass it over to whom?
Am I giving it to someone or am I am I plugging it in comms?
So you are not uploading it to anybody. You are actually giving them the physical chip.
Oh, okay. Yes. I hand it over.
So you hand
Hand it
the
over.
chip to the orc barbarian wearing chainmail.
Silly.
And he's swiping right on some stuff.
There, it should be on everybody's comm links now. I don't know why. Leave it to the barbarian to take care of the tech.
Love
I
how,
don't know.
like, disappointed in you.
I got you covered, boss. You hear from your personal assistant. You guys hear from the comm link he's got, or from the device he has.
I squint at him.
I may cheat a little bit, but I get the job done, okay?
Yeah. Just don't lose the person on the other side of that comm link.
All right, so now everybody's got the pictures.
Yep.
Hey, let's see here. I don't, I'm gonna look on the Matrix for information about these guys.
Okay.
Gotta be here somewhere.
As a young adult, I assume that I just know how to use media. So
I don't, though. It's part of my character build.
I think I told you what you could do just by buying hits, and that was 3, was it?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so you find, so the names are, for the adults, Thomas and Rebecca Stanish, Alan and Susan Barrettson, and they run together. They run the community watch in that area of the CZ. Basically, that area that butts right up against where Desolation Angels territory is. Rebecca runs a soup kitchen.
Does she have good cheddar broccoli? I had to ask.
Does she have what?
Does she have does she have a good cheddar broccoli? Does she like put it in bowls? Maybe she's like a tomato bisque type of gal.
There's no details. The menu's not there. But that's about all you get.
What were the Barrettsons' names?
Alan and Susan.
And Sue. Cool.
Yeah, so the details on the matrix on these folks is kind of thin, but considering that they are zone denizens, it's pretty well to be expected that the files would come up like this. I guess it's the zone. What are you going to do?
They're not big me feed users.
True.
But the kids
What?
might be.
They're not big what users?
Me feed? It's what all the kids are using, apparently.
I thought P2 was the thing now.
I don't know.
What do we use? I mean,
Don't tell
what
me
do-
me feeds for old
what-
people.
What do kids use these days?
Me
I'm
feed.
Yeah, it is me feed. Yeah.
Is there a meat feed check or like a truck
I
check?
just understood what's happening. You guys. Yep. Okay. No, I'm caught up. Me feed.
Me feed. Yes.
Um.
So oddly, the file does not include the children's names. Only pictures taken from far off.
That's creepy.
And your personal assistant is not able to find me feeds for them.
Like I said, zone denizens, they not real big on the tech. I mean, I had to take a class, so that's how I learned about it. And but it also might be that they're security conscious. So I don't know. Maybe they're a little paranoid. The zone does that to some people.
Well, sounds like we'll have to just pay their house a
Or-
visit.
Alternative theory: the kids are robots, and not actual kids, and there's something sinister going on.
So
No?
what book are you reading
Cross-
again?
Crosses off. Kids are robots.
Okay, so B&Es,
This
everybody.
Yeah.
B&Es? I mean,
Mhm.
sure.
Breaking and entering. Like, come on.
Can we knock first? Like maybe.
They're missing. No one's home.
If it makes you feel better, you can probably knock.
Okay.
You can knock first. Yes.
Okay. All right.
We
So
could also go
And I'll
check
knock
in with
second.
my friends in the area and see if maybe they've heard something or notice something suspicious before we
Yeah.
go show up in case somebody is watching it.
So, like doing some recon or something like that?
I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
Absolutely.
I like recon.
I checked the time. What time is it?
Oh, let's see. It's probably around 11 by now in the morning.
We're not picking up your.
Hang on, let me make sure of that it was. No, that's right. You were supposed to meet at the bar at noon. It is now about 1 o'clock.
Okay. What time? Church contact.
Supposed to meet her around like 5:36.
Okay. We'll definitely do that because she owes us money.
Yeah, I mean, but obviously, the lives of the innocent are way more important, right?
I was told this was a job. I was promised coin.
You will get coin. But see, this job pays way more coin. This is what 6,000 coin a piece.
So Gertrude, where to first? Where's your first friend?
So we'll head over, unless anyone has any objections or any other thoughts. My plan is to head towards the Desolation Angels.
Okay.
Sounds good. On the ride there, I explained to Allerton that money is money and that money from X pile does not equal money from Y pile.
This is true. But salvation and hope and love is worth way more than New Yen.
Great. I'll consider that as a bonus to the new yen that I am owed.
Of course. I'm not. You will get all. I'm just saying, academically, like being a good person is worth more than undisclosed amount of New Yen to be paid out.
What? I really wanted to say "Ain't no rest for the wicked," but I needed to roll my.
That's a great idea, Derica.
No!
Don't do that.
We just talked about this.
No, I didn't do anything. I was just rolling to see if I was gonna say "Ain't no rest for the wicked." That's it. And Bob's being mean to me. Those are the two things happening.
All right, so you guys have a.
Am I the frozen one? I guess I'm the frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm back.
You have a discussion about the rewards you'll get on Earth versus the rewards you'll get in heaven. And it turns into something like you'll get all the New Yen in heaven.
Yeah, milk and honey is actually New Yen. Yeah.
I was always taught that you do not take physical possessions when you transfer over. That's why you are supposed to not lust after neighbors' things, is because nothing goes with you when you go.
This is true. This is why, in the long run, salvation and love is way more than New
Why
Yen.
would they need money in place that has no property?
Exactly.
It's just shiny stuff for decoration.
Mm-hmm. But I understand that people need to eat on the material plane, and I don't want to make it seem like they don't deserve New Yen. But I'm just saying, let's save some children or these sick people or whoever we need to save.
Yeah.
Like you need
And pay some bills.
Yeah. As long as it pays my all in.
All right.
A high five, Billy.
All right, so as you then round the corner, coming down, we'll say coming down North Sacramento.
That was the cutest thing.
As you start to round this corner, you see in the distance there is a lot of smoke and rubble down at the end of the street.
Was that the bar?
Yep. No, that's where people are supposed to be living. We should probably go check that
Yeah,
out.
so,
that's where my friends are supposed to be.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So you hear Aladdin like muttering prayers to himself, and he's going to cast. He's going to start casting some spells after as he's driving up to a smoking ruin. So because if I get jumped again in the bar.
Ooh, let the drain roll since you're already stunned.
Yeah, I'm fucked up. So I'm going to cast improve what's it? Not reflexes.
So before you do that, I will be kind and say that the hour you've been driving around has been an hour of rest.
Oh, sweet.
So those of you with stun damage may roll a body plus willpower test.
Actually, considering that I've been working on the armor this whole time, I bet I'm not getting rest, am I?
I'll have you make that roll at -2.
Cool.
When do we get edge back?
You have to get some rest. Yeah, so it's like 1 point per night of rest.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a far more limited commodity.
It's well.
Or if the chat is feeling generous and gives you edge.
If the chat is feeling generous.
I got a NERP. What's a NERP?
A NERP is +3 dice, but you have to spend it before you roll.
Noted. And then I got another smackdown.
Oh.
None of those are edges.
What was the
Oh, snap.
roll for?
So it's a body plus willpower test.
Okay, and I've been driving, so.
Yeah, I'll have you roll at -2 as well.
Okay.
And then the number of successes you roll, that's the number of stun boxes you'll heal.
Cool.
All right, and then now I'm going to cast.
I can start chain casting. Oh. So take the wound modifier off of that. So this is one that you should check. Take the wounds off, and then.
Who, me?
No, this is for Jen.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so this should not be modified by wounds. So go ahead and re-roll that without the wounds checked, and we'll take that roll. One is better than 0. Oof.
Wait, is that
That's a glitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, what to do with a glitch though? It's a healing test. It's one of those things where you're kind of resting while driving, and you come close to nodding off. Thankfully, Billy is sitting shotgun, sort of nudges you, and then you realize when you arrive at your destination, you'll realize that your other leg is asleep.
All right.
I would just like to make it known that I did not help in that decision. Yes.
No modifiers. All right, now 6.
Okay. So that's what you needed.
Okay.
Because you could only get +4. Awesome.
Okay. So how does that affect my stun damage? Right. Power increases my stun bonus, correct?
It does actually. So let me see what your stun boxes are. So from that to that, so you'll get 1 more box of stun.
Okay. And then
So for now, just heal one of your boxes.
okay,
Or
so
I guess you can go ahead and put in. So there's a place for modifiers you can put in. You can put in the 4 points of willpower, and it should give you an extra box.
okay. I just went ahead and took one off just because it was easier.
With the caveat that if that spell goes down, that box comes back.
Will do, Captain. And then I will then cast, with that up, I will cast Employer Reflexes.
Okay. And so you're sustaining the increased willpower in your focus concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I have Focus Concern that lets me ignore -2, right? Or -3.
Oh yeah, the adept power. So that's an adept power that takes you extra time to do it though. Which you can do that now. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not something you're going to use in combat, but it's something you can use for extended tasks.
So I will use that right now to hold up my increased reflexes.
Yeah, that's right, because you do have a negative modifier from your wounds. So
yes,
you can use that. Okay. So that gives you +2 to initiative and plus 1d6 to initiative.
Yeah. +2 to initiative. Alrighty. And then I will just hold these up while we are driving.
And go ahead and roll drain on that one as well. Perfect. You don't take any more stun from that.
He kind of takes a deep breath and he's like, does signs and just like, thanks, God, thanks, big guy. Like to himself, he doesn't say it out loud.
All right. So yeah, at this point you sort of round the corner and you do see, at the corner of North Milwaukee and West Fullerton, so right there, there's freshly smoking rubble, and you see a number of green and black-clad women sifting through the remains. These are the Desolation Angels. And you see, so they're basically sifting through rubble. Looks like they're trying to find people. And you see off to the side, there are 3 others. 2 of whom you don't know, but one of them you recognize. At least Gertrude recognizes as Becky 99.
So Gertrude is going to sort of Tokyo drift into a spot to like throw the car into park and jump out.
Okay, so you jump out. You jump out, and this is the point at which you realize that your leg is asleep.
So I try to jump out and instead fall.
You very nearly fall. You do manage to catch yourself with the door with your arm and the other leg, but you are now limping. So I think we're getting close to the hour mark. So I think we will go ahead and take our 10-minute break at this point. And we're back. We have just had an unfortunate bit of legwork for our runners, who are beginning to investigate a missing persons case, and the first place they stopped for legwork seems to have problems of their own. As they beginning to investigate a missing persons case, Darcy rolls up on the now smoking ruin of the Desolation Angels shelter. And Gertrude has just jumped out and realized that her left leg is asleep. So here we go.
Do you need to shake that out a little bit, or did you get injured? Catch some shrapnel in the bar?
No, I just don't know how to sit in a car. Apparently, it's fine. We should help these people. This looks like a crisis situation, and this is a van full of medical supplies.
Yes.
Well, I grab one of the mini kits that the priest had. And
The
yeah, I
survival
think I'll
kits?
probably the what?
Survival kits?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll be helpful, but it feels like the right thing to do. And then I follow Gertrude's lead.
So Alden hops out of the van once it comes to a comes to a stop, and like goes out and see like who seems to be heading the operation going on right now.
So the person who seems to be in charge is a woman in green and black.
Becky!
And some of you already know this person.
I wave.
So she is somewhat less joyful.
Yeah, that feels right. I recognize that my tone was not the best when I said it. So I'm gonna take
That's
two.
fine.
Becky, what do you need?
Oh, good. You're here. She motions for you guys to come over.
What's up? What happened?
Yeah, this morning there was an explosion, and you can see the result. We've only found about a third of the occupants so far.
Upon hearing explosion, White Claws now stepped out of the van.
So Alden asks White Claw, what kind of bomb takes something like this out? The motions to the rubber.
How big was building before?
It was a fairly decent sized house.
2-story?
Yeah, 2-story building.
Depending on where you put the explosives, you could probably cut a house like this with maybe 2 kilos. Who'd you
That
piss
means
off?
nothing to me. I'm gonna start looking for bodies.
Yes, I would like to use my improved physical attribute of strength and start.
Start lifting and okay.
Mhm.
I did ask who pissed her off, or who did she piss off?
So that's what I want you guys to find out. I mean,
So this wasn't an accident. This was intentional.
yeah, this had to be intentional. Because there are some people who are straight up missing. And she shoots you 4 images, so she just slides them across an AR. 4 pictures, and one of them Gertrude recognizes.
I know what you're going to say.
It's Tasha.
Are these all gang members?
They're all Desolation Angels, yes.
Did you see anybody this morning? I know that Tasha likes to get out early for her coffee.
Does she like to chew her coffee?
No, she does not drink it the way that you drink it, Father.
You? Yeah, so yeah, go ahead.
Can I do some sort of like is it perception or like as I'm looking for
Yeah.
people that might be alive?
Yeah, you can make a perception test.
Do. Whoa. All right. Well,
Well,
So
at least you didn't glitch.
At least
Yeah.
you didn't glitch. That's absolutely true. Yeah, so you're kind of focused at this point on trying to dig people out, and yeah, you and KO both are able to work together and pull out a few of the people who are buried here. And the couple of people you pull out are alive but pretty seriously wounded, as in barely conscious.
I look at the ice packs and bandages in my pack, and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna do it, guys.
There are
Uh,
med kits in Darcy. Just open up the back.
Cool.
Can I roll for first aid?
Sure.
I run
Yeah.
and grab a kit and give it to KO.
And how does the order of operations go again? Is it like mundane first aid, then magical, or is it
Yes.
the other way?
Yeah, because once you cast a spell on it, it closes the wound up, and there's nothing to bandage.
So I propose that we set up a triage situation where, like, we have those, like we have KO or Gertrude do mundane healing on those critically injured or whatnot, and then I patch them up where I can with magic. Does that sound good, ladies?
And I can just keep looking for people because I don't think I have first aid.
So, can I do a knowledge skill explosive theory to see if I can figure out what type of bomb took this out based on the pattern of the destruction?
Sure.
It does not look like my knowledge skills transferred, so we're
Looks
just
like
gonna.
something robot children could do.
So there's a separate tab for knowledge skills.
Oh, is there?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm okay. I didn't realize there was this whole other sections on these
Yeah,
little
it's-
tabs.
The
All right.
tabs within tabs. Yes.
Tabception.
All right. Hey, a
Oh.
0. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, it could have been anything.
It was fucking Roman candles.
You know, it could have been dynamite.
It's just a really big sneeze.
There you go. It was the big bad wolf just sneezed really hard.
I'm gonna ask my personal assistant to check and see if there's any cameras in the area that are pointed towards the Desolation Angels building.
Go ahead and have it make a matrix perception test.
Will you just have a personal assistant? Like that's just normal?
Some people may or may not cheat, so.
Yeah.
Getting there. Hey, the matrix takes time. I don't know how to type
So why
this.
didn't it actually roll that?
It looks like you typed it right.
Yeah, the
Right?
syntax looks right.
Try this again.
Yeah, it worked for me. I
Yeah.
just typed in literally exactly what
is.
you rolled.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh, we'll go with that one then. We'll go with Boom Zero.
It seems legit. Seems legit.
Legit. All right. So you do. So your assistant reports back that there are no longer any cameras. You can kind of, as you sort of scan the area, you see there are a couple of like the remains of cameras that have fallen in the rubble. But you do not detect any additional camera-like devices.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask Becky. Introduce myself. Hey, I'm Neil the Orc. I mean Billy Berserker. It gets confusing. So I was just wondering, the building. It looks like it has some cameras. Did you guys have some backup on those, or?
Yeah. So we caught a little bit, and she slides you a data packet. And in the data packet, you do see it's kind of dark. It's dark outside, and you see some bikes roll up from. Many things open here. You see some bikes roll up from this way. So from the east on West Fullerton Avenue, you see 4 motorcycles roll up, and one of them is carrying a rocket-propelled grenade. And they stop just briefly, and the guy launches it straight in, and they ride off. Go ahead and make. Let's see here. What knowledge skills do you have?
Not many that would be applicable to this. I do have zone gangs.
Go ahead and make a zone gangs check. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
You have like a early childhood development check, like see where these kids went wrong in their lives.
So as they turn to ride off, and this is like just before the feed cuts out, you catch the glint on the back of the jacket of a green A, and that reads to you be the Ancients.
Well, Becky, I got some good news and some bad news.
All right.
Good news is, I think we know who did this here. The bad news is, yeah, this is gonna be. Have you messed with the Ancients lately, or they got some kind of beef with you? Are you you involved in any kind of turf war with them or anything?
Nothing out of the ordinary. You're saying it's the Ancients.
That's what it looks like.
Hmm.
I'll catch a still image of the biker and send it back to her.
Okay. So it's not good enough to get a face, but it's good enough that you can identify these pretty well as Ancients.
I'm gonna walk over to the priest and just after overhearing a little bit of that, I'm just gonna. They said they wanted us to find out who did it, right? That was what they asked?
Yes.
All right, that's what I thought. So technically, our job is done. Good job, Billy.
Well done. Well done.
So, do we get paid for this, or was this just out of kindness of heart?
So Becky kind of glares at you for a moment.
Hey, rule of the streets. You asked for me to do something, I expect to get compensation for it. Or at the very least, that Billy gets compensation for it.
I did. So here's the offer I'll make you.
Will it be one I can't refuse? I'm sorry, I love old American movies. Go ahead.
So I'll pay you 2,000 new yen for the job that Billy, is it?
Yeah, you can call me Billy.
And another 2,000 when you find my missing people.
I hope that the lady at the airport doesn't turn up missing too, because this is too much of a coincidence for me.
Must they be living?
Or are you going to
Oh,
kill
must they
them?
be living? I was hoping a priest wouldn't ask that question.
I think it's more of a preference thing.
I'm currently healing people out of a destroyed building. Like I understand that people might be dead right now.
Yes, I understand. The zone is the zone, and people do what people do. I would prefer they be alive, but yes, I will pay if you find their bodies.
Becky, this might not be a really. This is a terrible time, and I'm sorry to ask about this, but do you happen to know Alan and Susan Barrettson and Thomas and Rebecca? How
Stanishes.
do you pronounce their last name?
Stanishes?
Stamishes.
Yeah, the Stanishes and the Barrettsons.
The sandwiches.
Oh, let's see
Stamishes.
here.
Like typically I would have made a joke about that, but I literally heard sandwiches. But yeah.
It's past lunchtime. I'm thinking sandwiches too.
I know, right?
On the way to that house, we could stop by Longman and Eagle. But then this happened, and I'm like,
So I've met Rebecca before. She runs a soup kitchen. They're all part of a community watch. Thomas, I think I've heard of Thomas Stanish as a mechanic.
okay. In like a shop nearby.
Out of his garage.
Oh, a mechanic, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe proficient in building robots.
Or maybe fixing up bike.
Listen, I'm just asking questions.
So
alright?
so I've never seen him build a robot. Drones, perhaps. Okay, drones. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're getting somewhere.
I guess I'd never thought of it that way.
I'm
Well-
gonna Billy Bob into making the kids robots now.
The evidence is there. She's figured it out.
Do you know about the kids? Like I heard there's like four kids? No.
Yeah.
Or two kids
So each family has 2 kids. Your standard standard husband, wife, 2 kids per family. They're the kind of people who homeschool their kids. You don't see them out much. When I've heard of the kids, the parents seem kind of paranoid about them.
Like perhaps they don't want anyone to find out what they actually are. Why am I going along with this? And that
Hey.
storms off.
It's plausible, okay? I just want to keep it on the table.
So you're suggesting that the kids are drones?
I just have questions that I would like the answers to, and I'm hoping we find them quickly.
Would you like me to be rolling drain on healing tests or whatever? Because I'm assuming that I'm just healing broken and battered people coming out of these ruins.
Actually, a lot of what you're doing is more stabilize.
Okay.
And looking for your character sheet here. I think you're going to be okay with stabilize.
Okay.
You have stabilize, right? No, you don't.
I do not.
So it's heal. So
yeah.
you can get by with. I mean, the drain is -4, so you can get by with healing without too much difficulty. Really, as long as you're just looking to heal, basically you're keeping them alive.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make sure that they can come, like help us move boulders or some shit. I just don't want them to die right here on the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're giving them enough that they're not going to die here on the street. The ones that you find who are still alive. I'll assess you 2 stun.
2 stun?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the general exhaustion of casting it a whole bunch of times and pulling some barely alive and some not alive people out of the rubble.
Absolutely fair. I get you.
So it's probably more psychological stress than drain.
It's like, God, how can these people just be doing this to each other? So like moving boulders off people.
And then you also sort of realize that there is a background count here. So there's an oppressive sort of astral presence here because this mass death scene is so fresh.
Okay.
There is it just hangs over the scene like a fog.
Okay. I will, like, after I stabilize this person I'm working on, after feeling that there's a presence around here, I would like to, a sense and see if there's actual like a tangible thing.
Sure, go ahead and make it a sensing test.
Active sensing. No modifiers. What? Let me go ahead and use an edge. I want to.
So for the record, it's not a glitch.
It is not a glitch.
It is not a glitch, but you also did not roll any successes.
This is true. Yeah, like I want to succeed here. I want to see.
Yeah, so if you want to succeed, you're going to want to spend edge.
Okay, so
at that point, you just roll it again.
Yeah. Click it again and the sensing.
Okay. So 1 is enough. And it's really all that you can take at this point as you sort of open your astral senses and you see around. Yeah, there's this sort of pervasive fog of sense of death hanging over the area. Really, the only reason you're sensing it is because you are magically active, magically sensitive. It's an astral presence that hangs over a death scene. It is starting to fade, but it's just because this is such a fresh scene, and you're still pulling dead people out of the rubble. It's a little oppressive.
So, like, as you see, like the fire like die out of the corners of his eyes, he kind of like grabs his face and kind of like shakes his head a little bit. It's like, death is heavy around this place. We should do what we need to do and get out of here. And he seems pretty upset as he said.
Do you need to go take a nap in the ambulance there, Padre?
Like, there'll be time for naps later. Let's do what needs to be done now. And he goes back to healing the sick and wrapping bandages and whatnot.
So if you have spent any edge at all, I will refund you a point of expended edge that goes across the table. Sweet. For your efforts here. Yay. And Becky does send across 2,000 New Yen each.
Oh, I just thought she was just giving 2,000 flat. Nice.
Yeah, wow.
Here for it.
As he gets that chime, as he's like wrapping a tourniquet around someone's leg or some shit. It's like, so how many bus passes is that?
Your only concept of money now is bus passes.
8 bus passes.
I love it. I love it.
KO lies to you and says 2 bus passes.
Okay.
So funny.
What would I need to roll to see if she's full of shit or not? Is there like an insight roll or like
Judge intentions.
There's a judge intentions test,
okay?
and if KO is serious about this lie, you can make a contest.
Oh, baby!
I don't have any of those skills. I don't have that skill either.
So judge intentions is next to your attributes.
Attribute.
It's under composure.
Oh, okay, I see it. So click that one.
Okay. And con. You're there for.
Okay.
So KO has now successfully lied to a priest.
Like
As if there's an achievement that unlocks lying to a priest or something like that.
So like mid rap, like he mid rap of like of this dude's femoral artery like spurting after something. He's like, bus passes are 1,000 New Yen a piece.
Yeah, why would I lie to you?
They are. I
Get
can
more
confirm
New
that.
Yen. Oh, I mean, okay. If the barbarian says so, of course it must be.
I
Okay.
wouldn't know. I don't ever take the bus.
Yeah, you're right. I typically walk places, and he just continues to rap, and like this is thing.
Seems legit.
This is why I never have bus passes.
Richard, let it go. I'll split it with you.
That is a
I'm
whole
very
lot of-
busy lifting heavy things off of people and
Yep.
stopping bleeding. I'm not going to comment on your bus pass drama that's happening over here.
Same. I've been digging this entire time.
So
All right.
funny.
So it's a lie that sort of escapes into the wind as you pull more rubble off of people, and then you realize he bought it.
Literally.
Hey, now you can pay my mom back for those bus passes earlier.
Shit, like 3,000. Damn. And he's like having like a mental. You could see like a mental abacus form in front of him as he's kind of
I'll
like.
tell you what. You can pay half now, half later.
So funny.
I trust you're a priest after all.
Of course, you will get what you're owed. I promise you that. Like,
Yeah.
he's trying to figure out like how many like car washes and like bake sales or like collection plates need to go around. That's right.
Wait, Father, I have an idea. Bingo. We can set up a bingo game.
Like
I would like to check
yeah,
on
old
the
people
time.
joking.
You said check the time.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's now 5 p.m.
Okay. How close does it seem? How close does it look like that? That we're done cleaning.
There's plenty of work to do still, but you're finding you found fewer and fewer bodies over the last hour. So you think the task of pulling bodies out is largely done, and now it's more clearing the rubble so they can rebuild.
Aladdin is going to take some time about like 45 minutes or so before he's supposed to meet with the other priests, understanding that they might not get this message until they land. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures with my comm of all the rubble and the good works that we're trying to do, and hope that they understand that I'm going to be taking some time to actually help people in need versus just meeting you on a tarmac. We can meet up and talk at some other point, or you can come here. Actually, please bring people here to this place where people are dying, and we need to move buildings off of people.
Okay. So it doesn't take too long, maybe 10 minutes or so. You get a return message that says, so that explains things. I will, if you send me your location, I will rent a van and get there.
I do so. I don't necessarily, and I don't tell anybody else here that that's what's happening. I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to keep working and have my random assignments where they pop up. But like, I'm not going to be like, hey, we got God on the way with his crew in a van. Like, no, that's not what I'm doing.
Could I roll for Chicago? I'm just curious. This land used to maybe belong to the church in the past.
Ooh, can I help with that? Can I do it too?
So yeah, you can do a matrix search. Is that what you intend to do?
I have a Chicago.
I was hoping for like
Chicago.
a 3 for a Chicago skill.
Yeah, you can roll one of those. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah. So so you and Luna talked for a little while and sort of getting your bearings around here and remembering history. You realize, so this place, like the rubble, is not a former church, but there is a former church about 6 blocks south of here. So it's off the current map. And you think you remember the name of the church. It's called St. Sylvester's.
Gertrude, maybe we can go to hold on. Wait. I'll let KO do it. What she wants with that information.
I make sure that Allerden is busy. I wave Gertrude over. Girl talk.
You're making sure that Allerden is not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Making sure he's busy.
All right.
Once the coast is clear, I say, hey guys, that the church might be to certain places. I think it's just a weird coincidence that they're all here at the same time.
But the church might be doing what?
Like, they're trying to take back lands, right? So they could, I don't know, thinking like, we do this overt gesture of like goodwill to the people, but like scaring people out of the area.
You think the church is behind the rocket launch?
Maybe. Maybe they're using like local gangs to terrorize people. I don't know. It's just a weird conspiracy. Just throwing it out there.
That is a weird conspiracy. I don't know a whole lot about the ancients. I don't think they're particularly religious people. But I mean, maybe somebody paid them. It seems like a mean thing for a church to do.
Yeah.
blowing up buildings and killing people.
Well, I think
Yeah,
historical church has not been great, but
Hold
I'm
on,
not
hold on.
religious, so what would I know?
Hold on. I got this. Yep, that tracks. That tracks. Historically, the church has done bad things under the guise of good things.
Hmm.
Anyway, I think that
Well, we'll
I still think that robot children is a more plausible theory, but I think that we'll keep yours as a backup, Kale.
thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to be considered.
Yeah. All theories matter, right?
All
Sorry.
I go back to digging for
Wait to see the board with the string and like the picture of JFK and
it's all there. Cut
I
all-
write
it's all-
down
it's all
inside her
connected.
brain.
I write down Ronald Reagan cult on my list of of ideas.
Yes.
Amazing.
Cool.
All right,
I
so
go,
so
I go
you
back.
have your you have your discussion.
Good girl
Did you point out the location of the church you found?
Yes.
Okay.
And the Padre did not hear any of this, correct?
If you would like to try, I think you're a little busy.
I'm a
but
little busy. I'm just.
Yeah.
I will allow you an audio perception test at -4.
Actually, at -4 here. Yeah, I'll take that test. So you said audio perception.
Yes.
Given that
Yes.
given that White Claw is not really doing anything like at all anymore, now that he couldn't figure out that an RPG blew up a house.
Oh, he's just sulking.
That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing for him.
KO is literally gonna throw rocks. Don't start picking up rocks.
Okay, so
You don't want White Claw picking up rocks. He doesn't use his hands.
So if you have to default a skill, it's automatically a -1, correct?
Sorry?
If you have to default a skill, it's automatically a -1, correct?
That's right. Yeah, so it'll be
So it'd be
intuition -1.
-5.
That's right.
Okay.
That's very funny.
Zip 0. I'm stingy
Okay.
with the Nero.
All right. So, like I said, being that you know 3 people are gathering together and whispering among themselves, can I use my my cyber ears to take a gander in on what they're saying?
You're gonna take a gander with your ears.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, you can make an audio perception check at we'll say -3.
All right. James
It's
says
not -4 because they were specifically excluding the priest from this conversation.
it's fair. What is the roll for?
So if you're defaulting, it's intuition.
Oh, okay, I keep forgetting that there's other tabs.
Oh yeah, because you were on the knowledge skill tab. That's right. So
Yeah, I was on the knowledge
We're
skill
back
tab,
to-
so I was like, where are all my other skills? Oh yeah, there's a tab. All right, so
An extra -1 for defaulting.
it would appear that I do not have perception. Do I get any
Okay.
bonuses for my ears at all?
Do you have audio enhancement?
Yep, level 2.
That is +2.
So it,
So your net -2.
yeah, net -2. Got it.
Yep, intuition -2.
How's my intuition now? Sweet. It is either going to be a glitch or a crit. It's going to be awesome. I'm really kind of hoping I roll a 1 because that's going to be fun. Where's the? There it is. Uno. Bam. Rolled a 3. Damn.
Roll a 3.
So I didn't hear it. I didn't hear
I
anything.
love that you're still rolling with one die. I'm into that.
Like to live dangerously. 1 in 6 chance of being a critical glitch. Let's go.
That's right.
Suddenly, one of my grenades goes off. Nobody knows why.
So you
Blows
were
my
still,
leg off.
you were still too busy. You're still too busy sulking because you didn't notice that it was a rocket launcher, and
And we
could
didn't
use a rocket
include you in the
launcher.
huddle.
Like now that I'm looking at the patterns of everything, I'm just like, it's the explosion was right there,
Yep.
and it's very obvious that
It all
was not
makes
just-
sense. I could use a rocket launcher.
No, grenade launcher is much better. That you can arc. You can't shoot a rocket launcher over a wall.
This is true. It must go through. Like grenades,
All right.
you can skip.
So another hour goes by, and a van pulls up.
What kind of van is it?
It's a GMC Bulldog, your basic delivery van.
I tentatively reach for my grenade launcher.
Okay.
Just in case.
And out pops this person.
Oh, I nudged
Antonia!
Theo and Gertrude.
You're here so soon.
It looks like Theory B pulled up. I say, not disguising that at all. Just out loud.
Seems like it did.
And she
So
looks
when-
around.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when she comes, so when she pops out, and I know who she is because that's my contact, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm like, So I'm like, oh, Antonia, and I have my hands up as this dude's bleeding out or whatnot below me, and then I
Yeah, so
go
your
back
hands
to
are up and the blood's sort of running down your hands. And
Yeah, and then I go back to what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make it clear that please don't shoot this person
okay.
or throw grenades or dynamite
So she
or
walks.
throw axes.
So she walks right up to you. Says, "What's going on?"
I'm not sure yet. Some kind of terrorist activity. They blew up a building. I'm just trying to help where I can.
Is it still that dangerous here?
I'm learning that it's apparently that's dangerous everywhere. Did you know that people put passwords on their phones?
Obviously.
This was obvious to you.
You didn't know that?
And he's all shoulders. He puts his shoulders up. He's like,
All shoulders.
it's like apparently like, and he like how far away is Claw from him right now?
So you see him-
Wherever the back of the van is, that's where I'm at. It's just sitting on the bumper.
Yeah, he's sitting in the bumper of Darcy.
That's why I was reaching for because it's in the van. It was like, oh, never mind. Friendly.
So I brought more supplies, but I think I brought the wrong. Well, there are some supplies that might help, but
There's tourniquets and Gatorade.
I have
and water,
med kits. I
right?
have med kits and things, and I brought some more of the survival kits.
Did you bring Nguyen? There is a particularly feisty lady over here who is. Did you know that bus passes are 1,000 Nguyen?
I walk over.
You got a deal on that van, I'm telling you. I don't know how much you paid for it, but it's way less than what it would have cost to try and bus everything back and forth across town. Probably be 5-6 trips for you.
I interject. Hi, my name is KO. You
KO?
realize who you've sent to us to do this job? Yeah.
I'm starting to realize the situation I've stepped in.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thanks for coming and thanks for bringing stuff to help. Yeah, so let's get on. Let's do this, and I divert the trajectory of this conversation away.
You sort of like try to guide her away from Allergan.
Yeah.
Is what I'm
Yeah,
hearing?
yeah.
Okay.
I take her over to like
Talking about
Becky,
bus passes anymore.
So as you do
I
that,
take her
she
over
sort
to
of.
Becky 99.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, KO, did you get that shot of me lifting that one really big rock?
Yeah, we're gonna need another angle though, so you'll have to do it again.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna stay over here, or should I wait? I'll wait until you tell me to do it. Okay, so I'll just
Sounds
be over
good.
there doing that.
Okay, I'll be right over, bud. Okay, so so I leave Antonia with Becky 99.
Okay, so they have a conversation.
And then I go take this video of Billy.
Beautiful.
And so then Becky and the two Desolation Angels who are flanking her walk with Antonia back to the back doors of her van. You see her open the van, and shortly thereafter, you see the two angels who were flanking her walking away with cartons of stuff.
X, my plan came together.
Wait, so she's just walking away with a bunch of gear? Is that what you're saying?
It looks like a lot. It looks a lot like they're unloading the van.
I'm busy.
They're unloading their van, right?
They're unloading the van that Antonia drove up. Yes.
Okay, I was about to say because they're not unloading shit out of Darcy.
Like, that's my job.
I was about to say I got a brick of TNT here that says they're not touching anything in this truck.
Also, Becky has my number. If she needed something, I would just show up. So
Yeah. Wait, excuse me, did you have a job
Yes?
for us, or?
So I didn't have a job specifically for you. I understood from the vague details that Allerin messaged me that you helped him out finding places for supplies to go. And I think he mentioned there was a mention of a payment involved.
Mm-hmm.
I think the number was 3,000 new yen each.
Yeah, as he's like,
And so if you'll gather your team around, we can distribute that payment.
I think they're all kind of busy. KO and I could distribute it for you.
Yeah, no problem.
so he says to Antonia,
Go make a con check.
I'm being genuine.
Okay.
I also don't think I'm actually conning. Right
Okay,
now.
that's fine.
I did think about it, but
Go
Go ahead and make a negotiation test then. Negotiation or
inter-party
etiquette?
conflict.
That's you, Face.
Can I get do I get my plus? Hold on. I rolled that already, but I want to do.
So go ahead and
negotiation.
just roll 2 extra dice.
Okay.
Because yes, this is the first time you're meeting her.
Okay, so that's 2d6 greater than
5.
Right.
cool.
Yeah!
That's 8 successes.
So you have a social limit of 7, so that means you can only take 7 of those.
Well, I think that's rude, and we should change the rules. But okay.
But I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. Something tells me that another later edition will remove this cruel limit.
But whether it's 7 hits or 8, it's enough.
Mhm.
And yeah, so she slides. Let's see. So it's 18,000 new yen your way.
I've never seen this much money in my life. Like, I just wanted to hold it, and it's great.
So it's not cash. Unfortunately, it's digital.
Oh, dang, never mind.
You've basically got a jump drive that has a number on it of
Yeah.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Since I have everyone's contact information, get to their device.
Yeah, you can ping it to each of
Okay.
their devices.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna try to send Billy his myself because I just want to test it out. I'm like, yeah, I think I can figure this out. Is that a computer check?
Sure, make a computer check.
So suddenly, basically, I just get a $3,000 ping into my account. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's basically what
I'm like-
happens.
Hey, I'm good at this.
and
You sure you don't want me to keep distributing this?
So I guess I'll ask the two of you, KO and Luna. Do you attach a note to this, or you just throw money out there?
Can I do a cross emoji?
Yeah, you can do a cross. Sure.
Yeah. Something.
Well, I think for
Specific,
Billy's,
yeah.
it doesn't have a note because I'm just now figuring out how to do it. I think I just send.
So the note that your personal assistant says is 3,000 new yen. Yes, I can totally do this. Is the message that comes with it.
I call out to Allerton. Hey, Allerton. Should I just go ahead and deduct the bus passes amount?
Alan actually is only going to accept 1,000, and then he's going to send 1,000 to both. Actually, he's going to send 2,000 to KO because she provided the bus passes, and he is still convinced that he bought two bus passes on her dime and is re-upping.
That's so funny.
All right, I pinged him
Gertrude, I got
1,000.
you, Gertrude.
So
Yeah,
does this
I
does
actually
this
can do this.
does this work kind of like Venmo, where it's like it's got the money and then underneath it is the message and then it's got like the username?
Yeah.
Okay. Then basically, I'm gonna get the cross emoji and I'm just gonna send back a message that just says, "What's the address?"
Okay.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh god.
That's all in KO.
I message back and I say,
I may have other
No.
job.
I message back and say, no.
That's it. Just no.
And I reply, I don't provide refunds.
I just let him think whatever he wants to think.
Never mind, they cancel last minute.
Woo!
Cool. Everybody's paid.
We made it.
I'm just saying this is the easiest almost 6K that I've ever made in my life.
Yeah. And you still have all sorts of outstanding jobs to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a whole lot of money from death. I'm about it.
Should we fast forward?
Yeah. So
can we go to Longman and Eagle before we go to the house? I'm getting kind of hungry.
okay. So at that point, you guys break for a late dinner because by now it's probably close to 7 p.m.
We worked through lunch.
You worked through lunch. You did a lot of work in the afternoon. And now you're very hungry. So
Yes, they did.
Everyone needs a supervisor.
Precisely.
White Claw is
For them
weirdly not hungry, and there's snack wrappers all around him.
everywhere. And there's a cred stick on the dash for 1,000 new yen that says my bad.
So White Claw, are you still wounded? You're still stunned?
I have 1 point of stun left.
Go ahead and remove that.
Okay, thank you.
Since you sort of laid about in the back of the van for most of the afternoon.
I prefer the term
So
lays about, but
Lays
that's
about? We'll call it lays about then. But it does regain you your 1 box of stun. And so you guys head off to dinner, and Antonia, the van is now empty, so she messages actually all of you on her way out and says, I'll bring back supplies on the next trip. And Allerden, if you could check out St. Sylvester's at some point.
And Chris is asking,
again.
and Chris does not know that there is or Alden doesn't know.
So she posts you an address. It's St. Sylvester's Parish. It's about 6 blocks south of the Desolation Angels hangout.
Okay. So after we get most of the people that we can find patched up and we get back into the van, he makes notice. He lets I almost said Darcy. He lets Gertrude know that he asked Gertrude if he's willing to transport us to a church 6 blocks south from here, either in the next couple days or so.
Yeah, we can do that. For now, we're gonna grab some food, and then we should probably go check out where those people disappeared.
I agree. Do you mind if I crash with you? I would compensate you if you need.
If you don't mind the couch, that's fine.
I'll sleep wherever I can.
So with that, you guys head off to dinner, and you part ways with Antonia. And we're going to call it here for tonight because we are getting close to 10 o'clock. So thank you all for joining us.
GG, everybody.
And
We did a thing.
Thank you for all the players, and thank you, Tom, for being tech.
We never would have made it.
And we'll see you guys next week for more Shadowrun.
Bye.
Check it out, guys.